Just realised I brought the wrong tractor up.
Mother garnish dishes.
Lucky for everyone watching this, I'm the world's best backer-upperer. How good the crop looks when you sort of pan it that way, like, oh yes, great. And then you look at this way and like, oh, all that weed there, all that brown there, there's no poppies, no, nothing.
Trying not to die from the heat. I think it's pretty, just shows how pathetic we are. The Weather Bureau, Bureau of Meteorology, released a warning, I think yesterday and today. Not about yesterday. No, it was yesterday. Doesn't matter. Anyway, they released it to say, caution, heat wave. A heat wave. Do you know how hot it got here? Like 25 degrees. So it wasn't... Well, that bucket can stay there then. Nothing to write home about. It wasn't actually really that hot, but it is to us, mere Tasmanian mortals. 25 degrees and yeah, it feels very very spicy on us. Anyway, one job that I have to do today, even though those dark clouds up there look really promising, or it might be the dirty window, but no, that looks promising. We are going to shift an irrigator. Here they are! Haze of glariness and white. Bit of purple in the middle. There's the irrigator up there. It's one of the last, well, it's the run in the grass paddock. Now I've got to do one run in the poppy paddock. We'll get out and have a look. So, this is the smallest hardhose that we have. It's very manual, which is pretty annoying. I gotta be honest, it's a lot. Just realised I brought the wrong tractor up. This tractor has got nothing on the back, and that over there has got a jack on it that does not work, so I need to use a quick hitch. But I've left the quick hitch on the other tractor, so I brought the wrong tractor up. We'll have a bit of a restart. Idiot. Well, now's a better time as any, I guess, to run through what we have here. So, these are the poppies flowering. Now, there's an old saying that even a bad crop can look good when it's flowering. Flowering just yeah, makes everything look pretty. Pretty. It's clever. So what, may as well run through what we have. As you would have seen before in videos, that you get these leaves and then we get running up, and that running up essentially has this big long stem in it. So obviously that is a flower, petals, I can't think of all these little things, but anthers, and they have little bits of pollen on them, and that essentially is the, I guess the ovary or the flower head. Inside this we'll have, if it'll focus, those little white things. Well, you can see those ribs. That's where the seed will set, and so these capsules will be full of seed. Usually what you see with poppy seeds for colouring use is for, yeah, on bread rolls and other garnish dishes. Yeah, they used to do a little bit of biodiesel, biofuels with the poppy seed. because there is oil. It's an oil-based seed. Yeah, that's pretty much a quick run through of the poppies. Should also explain that so that there, see how it's all is gone twisted like that, and it's got a bit of a purple mauve on it. That there is actually systemic downy mildew affecting that one. So obviously that has been pinched a little bit. That's another example of systemic yellow leaves, purple mauvey fungus growth. That almost there looks like a bit too. So I'll just pull this one off on the edge. Nice bit of a taproot there. Obviously running up with the leaves. So this first stem here, we call that the primary. This one here that I'm holding between my fingers, that one there would be a secondary, and from there on they're generally called just tertiary heads. In an ideal world we'd have poppies that have like 4, 5, 6 capsules. I was talking to a guy the other day, I reckon there was 54 capsules on one plant, which is pretty mind-blowing. I think I've seen a 30, and it was pretty heavy, pretty dense. So you can see these little points here where the leaf comes out, there's a bit of a stem that comes up through. So if we pull this one now, you can just see one that's starting to emerge there. Now, in reality, that one's probably not going to make it. He's not going to make it in time. Pull him off. So, in there, you can just see a bit of a head there. Obviously, this plant is realistically only going to have 3 viable heads. So that one might try, but it's not going to come to anything. But hey, good on him for trying. So, yeah, anyway, we'll go back, grab the right tractor with the right quick hitch on the back, and move this irrigator, and that'll be that. It's the last run. And that cloud seems to be going further away. So, alright. We're in the right tractor now. That has a quick hitch on it. But remember how I said that rain's, yeah, maybe it is coming. Hell yeah! Come on! Rain down! Rain! It's that time of year where you're happy to get wet, if it means it's going to rain. Here's hoping. Alright people, take two. Like I was saying, this is a very manual one. You have to pump that little handle down there to lift it up. You have to pull a pin out to turn the reel. It's just not as good. And the jack doesn't work. But luckily we've got this quick hitch on this tractor. So before I lift all that way, I'm going to put those legs up, those rods up, so I'm going to bend them and lift that up. Yeah, do that now. See? Pin. We're going to do this up. So undo that and then start pumping. And those legs will lift up. That's up. Probably should unhook the hose. Turn the hydrant off. Hydrant's essentially a tap.
It's good. That piece of hose there is just when we're parked a little bit far away from the hydrant and we need just a little bit of something. Because like I said, that jack doesn't work. We'll lift this up, press that bit of a button, alley-oop. Right. Now it won't fit through a gateway like this on the side. So we're going to pull this pin out and then we're going to heave. We're going to not put the hydrant there. Good enough. So that packing up a hard hose. I feel like explaining it out loud makes it seem more complicated than it is, but the feature about this is we have to back this one in. I don't know why I've chosen to do it like this, but it's all in the idea to set the hard hose up on the grass, because that's nice and firm. But the trouble with that idea is if you don't leave yourself enough grass, it makes it really hard to get into the gateway and not hit the gateway. Then I gotta swing. Unlucky or lucky enough for the people that are watching, they're going to witness this sort of shambles of a bloke trying to back up his hard hose. Now I will give it one thing though, we call these hard hoses, the other version, which is a lot more complicated and a lot more things going here, there, everywhere, they're called soft hoses. And those are very, very problematic to reverse. They are terrible. But that's not so bad. Pretty hard to tell where I line up here, but now we've got to turn it down there and run it down there. So it's just a reverse. Screw that back in. That way it falls. You gotta keep going. In the meantime, I'll turn the computer on. Plus, now it's at home screen. With the other hard hoses, they're not like this. They're not as manual. You can just plug them into the hydraulic remotes and you just go in the tractor. Whereas this, no. You gotta break a sweat. And now there's a gear you can't really see there, and the chain. Now what we call in there is a dog. Now that dog stops that from going back. It's like a brake, I guess. It's probably called a brake. Anyway, something else unique about this one is that you should be able to turn this with your hands and it'll take the pressure back off, and then you can take that dog off so you can unwind it. No, with this one you need a pipe wrench to jimmy on it and then take the dog off so the brake's not on, so you can pull it out. Make sure it's not in gear. Now we heave-ho out. Alright, then we go back to gears, back. Can't really remember what it says, but I'm pretty sure it says it on the side there. They should only really tow hard hoses out at like 2, 3. I don't think it's 4, like 2 or 3 a K. So we do it at 3. Just an idle, nice and slow. Because although it seems really slow on the tractor, which it is slow. But it's really quick at the reel, and it's unwinding like woo, woo, woo. And the gearbox that's on there, it's only pretty made to be pulling in quite slow. So even though you're out of gear when you're pulling it in, that gearbox still turns. We take it nice and easy pulling it out. Might put the windscreen wipers on. The trouble with these summer storms is that usually there's only like a few mils in them, so it's all show, no go. Realistically, I want 25, 30 mils on these poppies, and that should do them. My general line of thinking for watering poppies at the end of the season is you give them one good one at that hook stage, give them one good watering then, and then another really good watering and flowering, and that seems to, for me anyway, do the best job. We probably don't get the highest yields because we haven't watered all the way through till we call stripey, when they've lost all their petals. But for me, having a good assay is what counts. We're coming up to the area. I'll just come up to the area. So there's a bit of pinkweed here, rubbish. Looks like a bit of a moon landing there. But it's amazing how good the crop looks when you sort of pan it that way. Like, oh yeah, it's great. And then you look at this way and like, oh, all that weed there, all that brown there, there's no poppies, no, nothing. So we can make crops look better than what they really are. This one's going to be hopefully average. I hope average. You can't always get them. That piece there, that's where we tried doing a heap of cowsy prill, or a form of like a lime sort of thing. Didn't seem to work in this case. It's very light, fluffy sort of ground over there too, which probably wouldn't help in our case either. Anywho, we'll drag this out. Can you see that water? That is why you turn the gun around the other way so it doesn't face you, especially when you're going, all our Hardhose runs are usually downhill, so they're pulling up. So when you're pulling out, all the water wants to come out that's still in the hose, because the water never leaves the hose unless you've got a specified pump that'll pump the water out of them. But a lot of the time we're cutting around these hard hoses full of water, and we're talking tons of water. So when we go downhill, one way for the water to come out. That's at the end of the nozzle there. And if you've got that nozzle pointing in your back window, or you got your back window open, like some sort of amateur, you'll get got. So here's the area of nothing. That sucks. That really sucks. Anyway, can't do much about it. They've never grown poppies. I thought maybe with a huge hit of cowsy prill might help, but it hasn't. Alright, that'll do it. Poppies flowering, last watering. This is virtually the last thing we'll do here, and we'll come back in and have another look at these when they are being harvested, which should be about 6 to 8 weeks. But until then, don't have to do anything. Just turn this irrigator on tonight in the cover of darkness, and that will be it for growing these poppies this year. What a blast. Now that I think about it, I've only watered 4 or 5 times. So the season in all, although being dry early, it's been pretty good at the end of it. Anyway, that's me rambling. Thanks guys. See you later.